Hey, what's up guys? Today we're going to be talking about how to throw a more consistent spiral, going more in depth into really 4 things that I think are really important when it comes to being more consistent at throwing your spiral. Go ahead and hop right into it. So really the first thing is going to be, how are we holding the football? I think the more we could be kind of on top of the football with our knuckles, then the better control we're going to have. I see a lot of people that will end up releasing the ball and they'll be a little bit more like this, where their hand is underneath, where if we can get on top of the football, the concept is really throwing more like with the C position. That's going to help you out. And then you just don't want to be holding onto the ball too tightly. When I first made this video, I was talking about how you could almost picture like you're holding like a baby, or just something that is very soft, like maybe when you're holding an egg, you know, when you grab or pick up an egg, you're not going to just like smash the egg. And I think too many people are just like holding onto the football too hard, and that ends up making it so it's just hard to be able to have that same type of kind of snap to the release, which is important to make it so then you can get the ball to properly spiral. And I think also if you can get the index finger more towards the tip of the football, that will also make it so then it will have a more consistent spiral. The second thing is just going to be, if we can think about the way that the arm is tracking, we want to make it so it's as much just straight forward and back as possible. So the more we have the ball coming this way and then coming around, then that's going to make it harder to be as consistent with the spiral, just because you're going to end up having more of the football going side to side, and you're just not going to be able to get that good smooth release. So the best that we can, we want to be able to have, if you're going to draw a line from where you're facing, you want to have that ball to be tracking on that same line the best you can. It's going to be normal to have some degree of a time period where it'll be a little bit off of that line, but to be more consistent with the spiral, the more we could have it on that same line for a longer period of time, then the more likely you are to throw a consistent spiral. The next thing is going to be the nose of the football. So if we think about the tip of the football and having it face towards the target as fast as possible, the sooner we can get the nose of the football to be coming or facing towards the target, then I think the more consistency we're going to have within the spiral. So I see a lot of times people will get kind of back here with the wrist and have the nose of the football facing kind of back into the side, and then will not really get the football to face straight ahead until right before the release, which will just, again, make it very inconsistent when it comes to the spiral. The last thing is just going to be, how are we flicking downward with the ball? So the more we can get that wrist and the pinky action to be kind of here. So first it wants to be, you know, get the nose facing straight ahead, and then the action is here, and then it's also to then release coming down and around. Okay, so you'll see some people that will come a little bit more kind of this way with it, where you'll see like the index finger almost come down and across, more like you're throwing a baseball, and that'll work as well. To me, it's not going to be as consistent as when you get the action coming a little bit more around with it. Or also we'll see people, and I think that it's best to be coming kind of down to your opposite pocket. We'll see people that'll come more across. Typically, if you're going to be here, you're going to come more across the body. Again, I could work. It's not something that's not going to work, but just how to be more consistent with the spiral. I think this is the best way to do it, where you're getting the nose of football to face straight ahead, and then you're just getting that downward kind of action of the hand to then rotate with the wrist. Is going to be the most effective way to throw spirals. I'll have some throwing videos here as reference, so you can take a look at that. And as always, if you like the information, click that thumbs up down below, subscribe to the channel. If you want to find out more about our coaching, you can go ahead and check out the description to find out about our Throw 60 program, as well as getting different breakdowns with us individually, and our how to throw a football in 7 steps. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.